There's a kind of silence that only comes at night, not the peaceful kind, but the heavy one, the kind that makes you hear your own thoughts a little too clearly. That was the kind of night Tunde was having. Power had gone out hours ago, the fan was dead, the air was thick, and the only light in the room came from his phone screen. He lay on his bed staring at nothing in particular, scrolling without thinking, trying not to think, because nights like this always reminded him of her, his mother. It had been 3 years, 3 long years since they buried her, but somehow, it still felt like yesterday. The hospital, the rushed calls, the way his father refused to look him in the eye, and the funeral. Too quick, too quiet, too final. Tunde exhaled slowly and locked his phone. He didn't want to go there tonight. Not again. That's when it happened. A vibration. Sharp, sudden, loud in the silence. His phone lit up beside him. He glanced at it casually at first, then paused. Unknown number. No name. No picture. Just a number he had never seen before. He frowned. At that hour? Almost midnight? He picked up the phone slowly. For a second, he considered ignoring it. Maybe it was a wrong number, or one of those annoying broadcasts. But something about it made his chest tighten, like a quiet warning he couldn't explain. Still, he opened it. WhatsApp. One new message. A voice note. 11 seconds. Tunde stared at it. His thumb hovered over the play button. He didn't know why he felt uneasy. It was just a voice note. Just 11 seconds. But something in him hesitated. Then, he pressed play. For a second there was nothing. Just faint background noise. Then, a voice. Tunde? His entire body went still. If you're hearing this, his breath caught in his throat. They lied. The voice was weak, fading, but unmistakable. Tunde's heart slammed hard against his chest. No. He whispered it before he even realized. No. No. Because he knew that voice. He knew it better than his own. It was his mother. Tunde jerked upright on the bed, his fingers trembling as he stared at the screen. This wasn't possible. It couldn't be. His mother was dead. He had seen her. He had stood there as they lowered her into the ground. So what was this? A prank? Some sick joke? His hands shook as he pressed play again. Tunde, if you're hearing this, they lied. Same voice, same tone, same message, nothing different. Tunde swallowed hard, his mind racing, trying to make sense of something that refused to make sense. He stood up abruptly, pacing the small room. No, this is not real. He ran a hand through his hair, breathing unevenly. Someone was messing with him. They had to be. But who? And how? How did they get her voice? Another vibration. Tunde froze. Slowly, he looked down at his phone. Another message. Same number. This time, it wasn't a voice note. It was text. Short, simple, direct. Check the red box. Tunde's chest tightened instantly, because that wasn't random. That wasn't a guess. That was specific. There was only one red box. Only one. And he hadn't thought about it in years. His eyes slowly drifted across the room, to the corner, half hidden beneath an old table, covered in dust. The red box, his father's box, the one he had been warned about, strictly warned. Never open it. He could still hear his father's voice clearly in his head, cold, serious, different from how he usually spoke. Tunde took a slow step forward, his heartbeat louder now, heavy, uneasy. Why would anyone mention that box? What did it have to do with his mother? Another thought crept in. What if this wasn't random? What if the message was real? He stopped walking. Fear settled deep in his chest. Because if that voice note was real, then it meant one thing. His mother didn't just die. Something happened. Something they didn't tell him. Tunde looked back at his phone, then at the box again, back and forth, like he was standing between two worlds, the one he knew and the one he was about to step into. Slowly, carefully, he moved closer to the red box. The air around him felt heavier, like the room itself was watching, waiting. He crouched slightly, reaching out his hand, then stopped. Hesitation, fear, doubt. Because deep down, he knew something. The moment he opened that box, everything would change, and there would be no going back. His phone buzzed again. He flinched. Another message. Same number. This time, just 2 words. Open it. Tunde stared at the screen. Then slowly, he looked back at the red box. And this time, he didn't step back. He stepped closer. Because whatever was inside that box was no longer just a secret. It was the beginning of the truth.